As you can see from the title, it's an update on the LinkedIn Experimente. We're pretty much going through the last of I think the third month of the experiment. And just to sort of recap for those that aren't familiar with it, we were looking at a few sort of metrics. I was only posting once a week via my LinkedIn Lives, thinking that that was enough, but turns out it wasn't. My number of impressions, my number of views are very, very low. So I wanted to up the amount that I posted every week to include a Thursday and a Saturday. I wanted to vary things between businessy posts on a Thursday and personal posts on a Saturday and see how they performed. Typically, things that are posted on a Saturday don't perform very well because the majority of users are on LinkedIn during office hours. So we're going to look at that, and we'll sort of do a roundup next year as to what the sort of success or not has been of that. So look, ultimately, I wanted to try a few things for a 3-month period and then change things up and see if it makes a difference. So one of the big things that I'm going to do in January is stop doing my LinkedIn Lives every week. I know, controversial, right? But, you know, when it comes to analyzing the data, it looks like LinkedIn Lives don't really attribute to your presence or the algorithm's perception of your presence being active on LinkedIn. So I'm going to replace my LinkedIn Lives with a post on a Tuesday. So I'll be posting 3 times a week, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and we'll see what sort of traction that has. I will save the LinkedIn Lives then for when I've got something important to talk about, and they will just be in addition to my regular posting. We'll see how that goes for a 3-month period. So just introducing one more day of posting, because I think it's important. People out there that perhaps aren't posting or just posting once a week, I want people to understand what effect it has when you do start to post more regularly. So we've started posting twice a week. We're going to post 3 times a week, and we'll see how we go again after a 3-month period. Then what we're going to do is we're going to have the opportunity to upgrade my account, because I am sure that if you pay to play, you get more exposure. So we shall see after running this for what will be the best part of 6 months, by turning on the payment gateway, will that make a difference to how much my posts are exposed, if you like, or how many likes, comments, shares, impressions, etc. I get. Right, let me just give you a little overview as to how we've been getting on. Now, I've definitely seen my impressions go up in line with my personal posts. Last week alone, I had an average of 2,145 impressions on my posts throughout the week. In the past 90 days at my previous update, 128 people had viewed my profile, whereas now in the last 90 days, 162 people have viewed my profile. So the amount of profile views have gone up. I've increased my number of followers from 23 by 23 in the last month period. I only try and really connect with people that I've met in real life, but you know, the more connections you get, the more exposure you get, etc., etc. So it's a fine sort of balance. The amount of searches that I've appeared in the last week have actually fallen. It was 95 and it's fallen to 62. But look, you know, let's dive into some of the detail. So I post on a Tuesday with my LinkedIn Lives, Thursday, and then Saturday. So my LinkedIn Live after it was about the LinkedIn experiment, that only saw 260 impressions, so really quite low, and about 100 views of the video. So let's remember, impressions are how many opportunities there are for people to see your post, so it appears in people's feeds, and then you get to see how many views or plays have actually happened. So 260 people, only 260 people had the opportunity to see my post, but 90 people watched it. So that's a decent ratio within that mix. But bearing in mind, I've got 1,300 followers, it's not a lot of impressions in the first place, right? And only 11 reactions, no comments. Then we go to the Thursday where I posted about KFC's Christmas advert, one of the funniest ones I've seen in a long time. That got 1,300 impressions. So again, in line with all of my followers, 12 reactions and 7 comments. And what you'll notice now when I talk about the success of, or not of, my posts is that the ones that are successful, they're the ones that have got the most comments, because the way in which the LinkedIn algorithm works is if you comment on someone else's post, your connections get to see that you have commented on that post, regardless of whether they are connected to said person or not. Then on Saturday, I posted about meeting up with my friend Chris. Saturday personal posts. These have the best reaction, 3,259 impressions, 51 reactions, and 15 comments. So you can see posting about personal stuff seems to be where it's at. Then the following week, I posted about bite-sized LinkedIn training, 282 impressions and 11 comments. 11 reactions. And again, it was over 120 views of that particular video itself, the LinkedIn Live. Then on Thursday, I've posted about the following week's LinkedIn Live with Irina. That only got 167 impressions, 6 reactions and 1 repost, no comments on that. So you can start to see that commenting is really important for your posts. Then on the Saturday, I followed it up with another picture of Chris. I think Chris is a popular guy. And that got over 1,500 impressions, 31 reactions and 6 comments. The following week, I went live with Irina. That had 496 impressions and over 300 plays of the actual video itself. There were 8 reactions, 4 comments, and 2 reposts. So that was the best performing LinkedIn Live. Then on Thursday, I made a mistake. Right, I'll hold my hands up and I'll explain how I made that mistake now. So I wanted to post a poll about whether or not you wanted to be employed or self-employed, and I scheduled that via LinkedIn, via the LinkedIn app itself, right? Then I went on to my social media scheduler and I scheduled a post that I thought I was scheduling it for Saturday. However, because I hadn't scheduled anything for the Thursday, it defaulted to the Thursday. And lo and behold, I posted simultaneously from my posting app and from LinkedIn. Now, we've talked about this before. This is something that the algorithm doesn't like, right? Because it doesn't know what to show. So both of my posts weren't being shown to pretty much anyone. And I reasonably quickly took down one of the posts and rescheduled it for the Saturday. So on the Thursday, the mistake day, this poll, it only got 288 impressions and only had 4 reactions, 1 repost, and only 2 votes. So I don't know whether or not people's appetite for polls has fallen through the floor, or whether or not my poll just wasn't very engaging. But hey, look, I will try another one again where I don't schedule it to go live at the same time as another one, right? Shit happens, right? And then on the Saturday, I rescheduled, but I did change some of the text around within my Rwanda post. Maybe I should have changed the image, because LinkedIn doesn't like to repeat content. So I rewrote the words so it didn't think it was exactly the same post. Maybe I should have put a different image with it to give it the best chance. Anyway, it got 1,500 impressions, so a decent amount, especially for a weekend. But most of this was down to comments. Only 17 reactions, but 10 comments. It seemed to sort of strike a chord with a few people there. The following week, on the Tuesday, it was a video about the LinkedIn Live, where you should start with your marketing. 352 impressions and over 140 views of the video and 15 reactions. Then on Thursday, I posted a carousel, you know, the sort of the ones where you're able to swipe. That got 410 impressions, 17 reactions and 1 repost. So again, not very popular, I'm saying, right? Maybe again the message wasn't great, but it was about where to start with your marketing, so it was related to the LinkedIn Live earlier in the week. And then on Saturday, I posted about me lifting weights. It seems to be popular. I've only had 938 impressions so far. That may extend as the week goes on, but I had 26 reactions and 13 comments. So again, no massive internet breakers, but Chris was definitely the most popular one. And it seems to be that even though I'm posting these things on a Saturday, my personal posts are still getting a lot more impressions than my business posts. So maybe in the new year, when I start to post 3 times a week, maybe I'll post a personal post on a weekday, a business post on a weekday, and a personal post on the weekend, so we can actually compare the success or not of a personal post on the weekend versus the week. Why not? So in terms of what is the experiment thrown up, well, very much the more engagement or the more comments you can get on your posts, the more the algorithm shows your post to a wider audience, and then you get more impressions, more likes, and it starts to become self-perpetuating. Like I said, in January, I'm going to review things. We'll have a look and we'll see exactly where we are with the experiment itself, and then we will change it up. So, you know, I'm going to stop doing the LinkedIn Lives every Thursday, and I can hear you groan, all 3 of you. No, I'm joking. Look, it's just going to be a reallocation of my time. I'll just check now to see if there are any questions live. All 3. Right. So there's no questions live. There's no questions live. I didn't expect there to be on this particular subject. But I will be looking to replace this with a post, like I said, a personal post, and we'll post 3 times a week, and we'll do that for 3 months, and we'll see how we are. And then after that, we'll do the paying to play, and we'll see what effect that has on the exposure of my posts. Okay, so there we go. Just checking to see if there were any questions, but there are not. Now, next week, I'm going to be eating mince pies next week, as you should too. So there will be no LinkedIn Live next week. And like I say, I'm going to save my LinkedIn Lives for special occasions in 2024. I've got some exciting new products to share with you as well next year. So I'm looking forward to doing that, working with lots more small businesses and helping them with their marketing. But from me, Miles, to all of my viewers, my customers, my connections, I would just like to wish you a very, very happy Christmas and a fantastic, prosperous new year. I'll see you in 2024. Bye-bye for now.